Hey everybody, welcome to Hope Something Sticks. I'm Burt.
I'm Matt.
And we've been off for a while. Had a vacation, and also we had, before that, Matt couldn't do Saturday, and I am really bad at recording and editing on the same day. So that takes about, in total, about 2.5 hours of work, including the talking part. So
Yeah, no doubt. Your sacrifice has been noted.
So yes. So if I don't do it before Sunday, then it's pretty much the next week.
I'm gonna burn you our logo. I'm gonna burn it out of steel for you, in honor of your sacrifice for making this podcast. That you had a numbers update for me last time we were talking. We're up to like 18 people.
Yeah, there was
18 people listened to one thing. Yeah.
Yeah, there's one podcast that 18 people listen to, just on the. So I guess it'd probably be about 20 in total if you count the YouTube views, which are usually good for about 2.
Right. That's my avenue.
Yeah, I think that's Danny's avenue too.
All right.
So those are the 2 views.
Mm-hmm. I mean, sometimes when I remember to actually re-listen to my own work.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's sort of like listening to your kid, but you're not really crazy about your kid.
I'll let you know if I'm not crazy about my kid. One update, I kind of forgot to mention on the podcast anyway. I'm pretty sure I told you. We know the sex of the baby now. It's going to be a little girl.
Nice. Good stuff. Congratulations again. Mazel tov.
Thank you. So, yeah. So, it's before traditionally, no. Like before people just went by the ultrasound, once the baby was formed up enough to, be able to tell. Now you can actually just get a genetic test by drawing blood from the mother, because apparently the baby's blood mixes in with the mother's blood while she's pregnant.
Yeah. All right.
So you get a bit of the baby's blood in there, and then they just do the genetic test on that, and when you do a genetic test, you typically see what kind of chromosomes they have, and if they lack a Y chromosome, you're pretty good to go for a girl.
All right. For now. See you in 8 years.
But yeah. So it was interesting because, I pretty much always knew I was, gonna have a family and, get married and have kids. But whenever I think about that, like, I would always picture having a boy first. And so it's kind of, I don't know, it was like of course I knew there's a really good chance it'd be a girl. In fact, I think the odds are a little bit more likely of having a girl than a boy. But it was kind of a shock, just like, like your entire perception of how things will go just completely shifts, like by just looking at 2 X's. So
Completely, yeah.
Yeah. There's like just a little like there's like a page of like she did it, not so much for finding out what the sex was, but for looking to see if there's any like genetic diseases, and it came back negative for all of them, which that's the most important thing, sure.
Oh man, nice.
Yeah, really nice. But there's a box like find out the the child's sex, and it's like this little drop down thing that it's like, hey, it's a boy, or hey, it's a girl. So it took me about
Wow, that's very there's not a whole lot of I don't know, explosions or anything like that for your gender reveal?
No.
You sure you didn't want to blow up a mountain or sacrifice something in a volcano? These reveals are getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Just a one little drop down.
In honor of that, there was just one day at work I had we have Google meetings, and so you have video conference calls, and you can set backgrounds instead of showing whatever's behind you. So I have this pink explosion thing for a day. So that was my little gender reveal.
Gotcha. That's fine. Good stuff. Doesn't have to be over the. We were just talking about before we started all the craziness that people are actually interested in, and the weirdness. And what were we talking about? We were talking about. Something I like, ASMR, and then something I don't necessarily like, which is, I don't know, people. I'm insanely jealous of the little kids that got famous just talking about Pokemon on YouTube. So, I'm like, what am I saw a funny Onion article that deals with it, a local area man discovers that a woman who dropped out of college is now making six figures pretending to be a dog.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah. And so he just sort of sits there and loses will to live, something along those lines. Oh my gosh, completely having an existential breakdown. Via the Onion. I'm not having that.
Right. So,
Yet.
So anyway, I guess the end of the story is it took me the rest of that day to process, and then in the next morning I was really excited about it because I haven't had any sisters, and so I don't really know any female member of my family, so that'd be pretty interesting to have a member of my family girl.
Well, you've got your hang on, I'm trying to rack my mind here. Is she your step-aunt, or you just call her your aunt?
Who are you talking? I have my dad has two sisters.
There you go.
Yeah, but that in my generation, not so much. So and also, and also I don't know. My dad is distinct from his dad, as I'm distinct from him. So it just it'll be interesting the difference between my aunts. There's not really a close family member in my generation that's a girl. All Bobo's grandchildren are boys. All 6 of them.
All right. Well, good luck. That's what my mom would always say. Boys are easy.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I hear. But I don't know. I guess girls destroy less stuff typically.
Physically, sure.
Yeah.
Psychologically, they're nuclear weapons.
Yeah. Nah, I'm sure she'll be great after all the work we put in wordsmithing her name.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you want to? I don't know if you want to talk about that publicly. Do you want to reveal it?
Yeah, I guess not the whole thing. Yeah. Her first name
you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to bleep out your last name. You just mentioned it 14 times.
Yeah.
We are at the. You should probably mention the timestamp.
Well, I don't think. I'll get to it when I get to it. The timestamp's just for syncing up the audio.
Okay. Let's see.
Like I'll see what the timestamp is when I go past it.
The name of that is called doxing. I learned that the other day. When you publicly reveal personally private information.
Right.
I mean, usually it's used for, like, let's see here.
Well, for not yourself, like for other people.
Right.
Like,
you have
to publicly shame them.
You have
and
yes.
have people go after them.
Yes, you have inadvertently shamed, extorted, and opened yourself up to hacktivism.
Yeah.
You're underestimating our 18 views here. Especially when we start, we shift the content to gibberish wars, where we just, make goofy noises at each other.
Yeah, I haven't agreed to that yet.
Please write in to Hope Something Sticks and voice your support for Burt and I making, what was the thing that started this? Your weird yawn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't that weird.
There's nothing wrong with the word weird. I take offense at people using it. I want to take it back. That's my goddamn word. All right. Use like odd or macabre or something like that for something negative.
Someone's gonna say, "Hey, odd's my word."
Yeah, fine. Let them. I don't want it. If you want the negative word,
this is all about you.
Yeah, exactly. And other, weirdos. Weirdos unite. We're gonna have have our own political party. It's gonna be a festival. It's gonna be great.
So I was thinking this morning that I look at both more liberal and conservative news sites, and you see like they're starting to, there's different connotations to words. Like I think the best example is woke, where in more progressive circles, woke is objectively a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to be aware of other people's cultures and what their deal is to better communicate with them.
Being more Polish. Well,
more Polish.
Medieval Polish. Well, we were talking about earlier.
Right. Yeah. The
open-mindedness.
The old Polish Empire was very enlightened. In relation to other empires in Europe. But but in conservative circles, it has a very negative connotation of like being the assholes who tweet, hey, fuck this guy, this piece of shit. He said something that is not technically PC. Like, and a good example of that is I saw. Might have been on Fox or maybe CNN. I don't know. Where Chuck Schumer was like on a radio show, and he was kind of talking about his record and about trying to help out homeless people, and some of the homeless people he was trying to help in particular were children, special needs children, and so he just used the word retarded children.
Okay.
As opposed to like mentally handicapped or special needs.
Right.
And and he was talking about helping them getting building a shelter for them so that they're not out on the street.
What a monster.
Yeah, I know. And people were going after him to the point where he had to like publicly apologize about using the word retarded.
God, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
he apologized though.
You actually look at the context. What did he mean? It's not. It would be one thing if he said, it's like, yeah, built a homeless shelter for these tardos, so I know where they are when I.
All right.
When I want to throw rocks at them.
Oh man. That would have.
Yeah, that's something to admonish.
Yes, I think you're in admonishment territory there.
Yeah,
referring to the mentally disabled as tardos.
Well, and also saying you want to know where they are so you can throw rocks at them.
Yes, they must be rounded up and numbered. Yikes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, context. Context certainly provides context.
Yeah. So, and I was thinking, like, if we kind of keep going this way, as far people on the left and people on the right, just looking at what they want to look at, like things that are progressive friendly to conservative friendly, you're gonna have like the American English language split into blue English and red English that'll be distinct from each other as they are from, like, say, British English. You can still hold a conversation, but there'll be some things that are like, what? I didn't quite get that. Like in England, being called a pussy isn't a bad thing.
Right.
It just means that, you're a nice, sensitive person.
Oh man, I love that Arrested Development aspect.
Or putting a fag in your mouth.
Yeah, that's exactly, right. Oh, that Arrested Development episode is fantastic. Shout out.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think there's like at least 2 episodes where they're just this misunderstanding between Jason Bateman and the British woman he was going out with.
Right.
Like, just saying like different things that meant meant distinctly different things in American English and British English, like, pussy and fag.
Right. I don't know if we're headed for that serious of a split.
I'm not saying it's going to happen, next year or anything, but...
Yeah, that would take, generations and generations and generations.
I'm just thinking maybe we're on the path to that. Seeing, if people move more towards their comfort zone and you don't have, like, middle ground...
So you think it would become more antagonistic?
Not even so much more intense. I mean, it probably just that words would just have different, have different enough meanings that, like, you run into those kind of issues where, like, someone would call you a pussy, like in England.
Gotcha.
And you like, hey, fuck you! I'm not a goddamn pussy.
Right.
Bam!
Right.
Who's the pussy now?
Well, yeah, that's already a thing in a lot of other languages. Expression is, and like how you say a thing, completely changes the meaning of the word. So yeah, we're already there.
Yeah, there's that. So yeah, this little thought I had. So moving back to we were talking about right before the podcast, your dating profile.
Oh yeah, the never-ending work in progress that is my love life. It's like building a sculpture of like 1 grain of sand at a time.
So yeah, as I recall, you wanted everyone to know and hate me for going on that website and having girls come to me, especially the perfect one.
It's just the way you say it. It's just the way you say it.
I don't know if I said it. I thought you mentioned it. Like, we were talking about...
I'm not going to try and help you gaslight me. I know what I heard.
No, I don't think I'm gaslighting you. It'd be unintentional gaslighting if I was.
It's like, no. You're stupid and crazy. What I said was right. Got it.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Did you lose it? No,
if I sound like a dick,
you're gonna have to try a little bit harder to offend me, okay?
Yeah. If I sound like a dick by saying that a pretty med student found me on a dating website and then we lived happily ever after.
No, I hear you.
So,
I mean, I'm comparing it to
anyway,
somebody else that I know who has been on these dating websites, and in terms of effort, there's like 0, and then there's. It seems like it's 100. It's more like, I don't know. Let's call it like 50. Well, no, it's got to be more than that. Well, I asked him how, because like OkCupid, for example, has those questions that you can ask about yourself, or you just have the rote answers or something like that. I'm up to 148 questions. I thought that was a lot. He's like, oh, I've answered like 1,000 of them. I'm like, what the hell? Good lord.
No, I think that's enough. The 100 whatever questions.
Yeah, it seems like it, because I'm like checking out a few profiles.
I would even do less than that. That's just me, because it just seems weird to know everything about the other person, at least what they want you to think about them, like before you even see each other.
Ooh, that's interesting. You think somebody would, in particular? I was very honest. Because I figured, why? What do I have to gain by lying?
Well, that's very good and everything, but I think there are people that the term catfishing. It like even
gotcha.
like not that severe. Like people who are a little chunky, put down that they are normal weight. Just
that's what the pictures do.
Change it. Well, even the picture, like there are like certain angles that look better than others.
Then, I 100% assume that if I don't get to see your body in a wide shot, then we're going to be dealing with some extra weight there.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Which, whatever, not that big of a deal.
No, I'm not saying.
Sorry for the pun. Whoops.
That again, people try to make themselves look better either by pictures or what they put in. Like it's like, oh yeah, I'm an adventurous person. It's like never leaves their place.
Yeah, right. That's fun. That's interesting. You mentioned the terrible pictures, because why the hell would you? Yes, you're trying to take a realistic picture. That one of my pictures actually got deleted, and it really pissed me off, because
was it the one showing your nipple?
No, I didn't. I wasn't brave enough to show that. No, it was one where it was
that you deleted, or the site deleted.
The site deleted it because it's not. It doesn't show my face. It was me where I had the hat on. There's like to paint everybody a picture. This is Arizona, some state park we were in, and Burt took some glamour shots of me, and one shot was good, and then immediately after that was another shot of me on the ground, but my face is looking away from the camera, like I'm exhausted. It's just supposed to be a funny picture. It was, because it's like you have the one where where it's like, hey, look at this, it's a pretty standard picture, and then there's the next one that shows that I'm clearly hilarious. They deleted that shit. You can't. You have to show your face.
You know what you could do is just crop out your face in the other picture and like put it to like in the corner of that one.
Interesting. I don't know if my phone has that.
That
Yeah, I don't know if I can edit pictures on my phone. I guess I'll edit it. I'll email it to myself.
You probably have to do it on your computer. Yeah.
Wow, you think their algorithm is that dumb?
It very well could be.
We'll give that a shot. Okay, I'm going to game the system here on OkCupid. I'll put the same picture up in the upper left-hand corner, so it always thinks that there's actually a face in every single picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And you could mention that in the caption. It's like, I outsmarted OkCupid.
Who doesn't want to date with Mr. Big Brain over here?
Yeah, no. At the very least, explain why there's a disembodied face in this picture.
There's a disembodied face because of OkCupid's dictatorial algorithm. Good stuff.
Yeah. Freedom. world.
Yeah, no doubt. I should be allowed to post whatever picture I want. What you post, that says something about you.
Yeah.
Or at least whatever your weird-ass mindset was at 3 a.m. on Imgur. Weirdos. They're beautiful. Beautiful.
So you said you got some likes on OkCupid.
Allegedly, there's 54 humans that have liked this profile.
Humans.
Yes.
Well, did any of those humans look good to you?
I mean, they all look good to me. Look how blurry these pictures are. I'm not paying for the service, so look at this. I have to pay. They want $15 a month.
For what?
That's for the 6-month deal. If I do 1 month, OkCupid is $30 a month.
Well, what features do you get?
You get
by paying?
the OkCupid Premium. That means you get to actually see the pictures of people who have said they liked my profile. Let's see.
You can't just.
Like,
you can't see the pictures of people?
No, I can see the pictures of recommended, just for me. Like Miss Oak Park here. Ooh, she's never married. Oh, weird. They've got a vaccinated section.
Nice.
That's odd. I don't think I really care to know such a thing. That's funny. It gets you thinking about things that, like, oh, is this now a priority for me? It's like, I didn't think that basic intelligence was a priority. Yes, medical science. Do you believe in it? I didn't think I had to ask that. I guess you never know. It's a whole big-ass world out there. So you think that over the 100 questions is too much, you think I'm revealing too much, and that I am about to get taken advantage of by someone who has specifically made a profile to target my weak dating game.
No, I'm not saying that.
This is a Manti Te'o situation. You think I'm going to fall for a digital human being and that I've never talked to or met.
Man, that was a crazy thing when it came out.
He never even met her. He never met her.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, no, you're like your famous college football player.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Got you good, man.
Yeah, you never.
But,
they must have been tossing hookers through his bedroom window. He didn't need an online dating profile. I guess, but you know what? You never know what people.
He was arguably the most famous college football player in the country at that time.
This is true. So who the hell knows how many people he was getting badgered by?
Yeah. But what was I gonna say?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think anyone's gonna, from a malicious standpoint. That's just like personal preference of mine, like not getting to know someone, to that extent until you actually meet them and converse about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority of that because like Sharon was all like weirded out about me not wanting to give out too much information and just wanting to actually go out on a date. So maybe I'm the weird one because she, I think I was an oddity in her online dating life. Most guys will just say everything, I guess.
Yeah, they
and not
fire
try to push the first dates until I don't know 3 months out.
3 months? That's a bit long.
Yeah, I'm probably exaggerating.
That is extreme. I would think that like after a week, if the conversation's going all right, it's like, all right, cool. Let's get some fucking.
That's where I was at too, but apparently that's weird.
That's all right. Whatever.
At least to her.
All right.
From what I remember.
As usual, I've been overthinking this.
Also, she was, in the final years of med school, so she was like all over the place. Like, so she wasn't like there were like months where she wasn't even particularly close to me, like when we were like chatting online. So it actually took a good amount of time, I thought, before we actually saw each other.
That's kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah. But it all worked out.
The end. Nice story. Good stuff.
The end. Well, I mean, then we had our first date and hit it off. It was a very, very long date.
Like, can I see?
It's usually a good sign.
Can I see the full? Yeah, no doubt.
If you can't, she's not trying to actively run away from you.
Yeah, if you can't talk to somebody for a good chunk of time, then like, okay, I guess that's it. Like, I've been on other dates where it's like you're both just sort of staring at each other, and that awkward silence just becomes this. It rings like a hammer on an anvil.
Yeah, but like like it was a lunch date, and then after lunch, it's like, hey, you want to keep hanging out? He's like, all right. So just walked around, and yeah.
All right, now I'm jealous. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Doesn't help that I'm of course
first
I'm looking at profiles while we're talking. All right, I gotta put this thing away. Oh, this is good stuff. I like self-summaries that actually prove that they're a human being. Now, I know this person's not catfishing because the first sentence on her summary is, I walk around the squeaky spots on my floor so I don't bother my neighbors.
Yeah, probably a fake person wouldn't think to put that in.
Yeah, you gotta think around a corner. It can't be so generic.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling the other gentleman that we were discussing our dating profiles. Well, we're discussing. This dude talks at me, like completely unprompted too. It's bordering on TMI. Luckily, I mean, I'm fine with it because I love the seedy underbelly of other people's personal lives. So, he's talking about his profile, and he's like, oh man, this is. Yeah, it's almost always disappointment in some way, shape, or form, and I'm like, how I'm just like, you know what? Are you? Because he's discussed very, very, very intimate details of what it is that he wants, and I'm like, dude, that is so specific. I'm not saying any major details here or identifying him because I told him the name of the podcast, so just in case he actually listens to this.
All right.
Hey, Vince. Anyway,
I mean,
his
would it be? Is it counter to the, I guess, the social norms of society? Like not
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Well, it depends on what you call a social norm. I don't know what I don't know what kinky shit people are getting up to. It's not illegal. It's not illegal.
I mean, no. I wasn't implying that. Just what society thinks a natural progression of a relationship is.
Well, to me, it's just a man and a woman.
We don't have to go too far into it because then we'll eventually get to what he's looking for by saying what he's not looking for.
Yeah, so, it's easy. I mean, we can just we can touch on it generally speaking by saying it involves more than one partner. And it's essentially a type of open relationship. The definitions of these things, it's between the partners. And he's he's thoroughly disappointed because he knows very specifically what he wants, and yet it's like, when do you bring that out in the conversation? Like, it's so specific, and yet it is a definitive deal breaker, and it has been for his last 2 relationships. Long-term relationships. Years.
Right. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's rough for.
So yeah, no, he's not disappointed because he sucks. or because he's not trying. He's disappointed because eventually when it gets to talking about exactly what he wants, the conversation ends.
Right. That's true. I don't know. Is there any specific dating website for what he's into?
Of course, it's called FetLife.
But that not work out?
I don't know why he went away from it. I just told him the other day, I'm like, dude, you need to go to what's known as a munch, which is a specific meetup for kink-minded people to discuss exactly what you're talking about, and that way you'll be in the exact circles that you're looking for. Because you'll have all the same like-minded individuals who all have, some very specific thing that they need. And that's where you'll find them.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's trying to sift through the general pool of normies and saying, oh yeah, by the way, I'm into this crazy shit. Like, oh, whoa, hey, whoa. It's not even that crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding. That's all.
Well, you can ask him, when you invariably torpedo that relationship by telling him that, could you drop my name?
What?
It's like, I'm sorry that this didn't work out, but I got this friend Matt. He's into more normie shit. He's cool.
Oh shit. No, I am not into normie shit. If I was into normie shit, I would have had to shut down this conversation. Which is, once again, not entirely a conversation. It's more like just being talked at. And I know what his major problem is, too. He's a terrible listener.
Mm.
Boundaries, man. It's all about boundaries. They matter. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
how do you message somebody?
well, it's been a while, but when I was on...
Oh, shit.
Go on to their...
I had a message. Whoops.
Oh, shit. From when?
Oh, fuck. I don't know. Oh, God. It might have been... I was clearly... I was drunk when I wrote this shit. Uh-oh. I'm embarrassed.
Oh, did you message back?
Wait, did she? Hang on, let me. What did I read? What did I write? Wait, what does this say? Activate read receipt.
Read receipt.
Start the con. Oh, I'm sorry. It said, oh, it's your turn. No, it just means. What is this? Blah blah blah.
So did someone send you a message?
How do I can you delete messages? No, I got excited. False alarm, everybody. False alarm. Matt still alone.
Well,
Doesn't look like you can.
now that you're on there, you might want to do some searches and go looking around since you're not over 6 feet. You might have to do some legwork.
Oh, but yeah, that's funny. That's good. Yeah, nice. Do you have to put that in the profile? How tall you are?
I think you can.
Oh, this chick's short. What's wrong with that?
No, it doesn't matter if the chick's short. It matters that you're short.
Yeah, true. What's the matter? You never heard of mountain climbing before?
But I think Sharon mentioned this. She had guys message her and it's like, too short.
Oof. Yeah, that never stops hurting. Whatever. If it's weird for somebody. Oh, whoops. Now,
Yeah,
now,
I mean,
nope. I'm regressing. I'm using weird in a negative connotation again. Whatever. I'll just wear my boots all the time.
right.
Do the old the George
Go,
move.
go. Yeah, George Costanza.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wear your boots to dates, you know, bicycle trips.
Yep.
In bed.
Yep. They're good for traction.
Yeah, you might have to add on to that. She becomes it's like, why are you wearing your boots to bed? It's like, oh, it's like kind of my kink. Like you have to incorporate like a cowboy hat
Oh
into
yeah.
it too.
Yep. These boots, I need them, and you don't realize it, but you need them too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're not very short, so I don't think it'll be a huge problem for you.
No, I'm that dreaded drop down on OkCupid. Average. Tell my future wife I said hello. I don't know. Is that
Well,
is that
it's the difference
future?
between being average and being neutral.
Ah, yes, this is true. Sorry, was that Futurama reference a little too jammed in there?
A little bit.
You running out of steam? You got a list?
No, not really.
Okay. We could just abruptly end the podcast.
We could. Well, let's first. Danny wanted us to talk about something. Oh, yes, the COVID lab leak conspiracy theory.
It didn't.
That's.
Story concluded.
It could. I mean, it's not like it's out of the realm of possibility.
Yes, there's
You know,
always.
they would have to. I mean, Danny would know that they would have to fuck up containment pretty bad.
For
that,
nothing is 100%. I get that, but I live my life within the realm of 95% statistical probability.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sure.
Yeah, and
A fucking piece of space junk could knock my head clean out of my ass any day now. Could happen. Inside, outside, doesn't matter. It's space junk.
Right. And yeah, I mean, people point, it's like, hey, they were studying, coronaviruses there. It's like, well, it's because Wuhan has wet markets, and that's kind of where really bad coronaviruses would spread, and so it'd be good to be close to that. So yeah, I mean, yeah, possible. Probably, I would say, yeah, definitely more likely that it's just a naturally occurring virus. And also, it doesn't matter because, I mean, even if that was the case, we'll never know. Like, it's just like, oh, maybe, it's not like China would say, yeah, oh, yeah, we totally fucked up. Sorry about that. And we covered it up. Sorry about that, too.
It might take... It took well over 100 years to narrow down where HIV actually came from. To give you some perspective on the origin of a disease. So yeah, sure, we might not ever, you said it, we might not really know for quite some time where it actually came from. But dollars to donuts, a bat shat on a pig. The pig was, in an urban environment that was way too close to, I don't know, the rest of the pig farm. Some kid, kids are like ninjas. They are super quick, and they will put their hands on everything, especially pandemic diseases. So...
And then shake hands with Gwyneth Paltrow.
Exactly. Contagion.
Yep.
Yeah. Rapid urbanization. It's getting too close to the jungle.
Yep. And
so everybody quit your job immediately and stop consuming plastic. That might help.
You know what my takeaway was right after I saw that movie?
Matt Damon is not a very good actor.
Well, you know, it's not fair. All I can say is his name over and over again. But no, my takeaway was, man, if everyone just kept kosher, this wouldn't have happened at all. Why can't people just be more like the Jews?
Oh man, you're just racking them up today.
Yeah.
Here's how easy love life is, and also, how come everybody isn't just Jewish?
It just makes sense.
Well, hey, I don't know what to tell you, man. Not
a lot of these diseases are coming from pigs that are being farmed. If you didn't, eat pigs, then that wouldn't have happened, because pigs are very oddly similar to humans.
We don't know it came from a pig. We know it maybe came from a bat. Where are bats?
From bat pig.
Has a rabbi tasted a bat and gone, ooh?
No, bats are also not kosher.
It's officially on the list.
Yeah, I think mammals have to be bovines. They have to have multiple stomachs.
Gotcha.
To eat a mammal.
Mm-hmm.
So no monkeys or rats or dogs.
Well, that's fair. I love the story about how turkeys got on the list, got okayed.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? I don't know. Let's eat it first. Yeah, this is definitely okay.
Especially if mustard.
Oh, my God. Turkey and Swiss, that sounds like it's going to hit the spot right about now. Is that the cliff? Are we jumping off the cliff? Is the podcast over? Turkey sandwiches for everybody. Hey, we finally ended it on a high note. Turkey and Swiss on rye.
Nice. Unless you want to talk about some Gator football.
What's the news?
Well, actually, it's not even Gator football that's the news. The big news is that it looks like in the next couple of years, and I think I told you this, that they're going to expand the playoffs from 4 teams to 12 teams.
Finally.
So this will be very good news for teams such as Florida and Penn State, and Georgia, and Miami.
Boise State
or /UCF /Cincinnati.
/ every undefeated team that's like, finally we get our first round knockout. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
We finally get the honor of getting steamrolled by Alabama.
Hey, whatever, man. Fine. Good. Who knows? That's the beauty of it being a tournament. Anything can happen. That's why the men's basketball tournament is so exciting in the first couple of rounds.
Yeah.
And then they drag it out for a few rounds. You want to talk about a tournament that's a little bit too large.
With the basketball tournament?
Yeah, it's almost like getting... Or actually, you know what? It should actually be the other way around. It should just be every single Division I men's basketball team. And I think... who's the other guy in charge who wanted that? I think Bob Knight has been a proponent of that for ever. He's just like, just let everybody in.
Not the greatest proponent. It's like, alright, Bobby Knight, fucking crazy asshole.
Yeah, no doubt. The bastion of sportsmanship.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. There's a whole bunch of opinions on whether it's good or bad to expand the playoffs. I would say it might kill the bowl games. We'll see. Because then you'll have 11 games that matter and the rest of them don't. Or maybe, it'll still be big for kind of the smaller schools like the Vandy's and whatever. That, their goal is not to win championships, it's to get to a bowl game.
Right, yeah, no. The bowl games are a fun tradition for all sorts of different towns and stuff like that. I mean, some of the dumbass ones, like the Meineke Car Care Bowl or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm sure the players are really excited about that. But some of them are. Because, yeah, they have traditionally sucked,
Yeah,
and now suddenly they're better.
Yeah, they get a whole gift basket of car care items.
Yeah, right. They're not playing for turtle wax here. They're playing for recognition. It's a national. It's usually you gotta have the turtle wax. That national recognition is huge when you're trying to get drafted.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, let's see. But yeah, I'd say for teams like Florida, it's super good news because I think the past 3 years we would have been in the playoffs.
Hell yeah, dude. And we would have been good.
If that was the case.
We almost beat Alabama. We were there. Couldn't keep up.
Maybe if you had a second crack at them, maybe we would have beaten them. Because I think last year would have gone even losing to Alabama. We probably would have been like a fringe team in the playoffs.
High powered, man. That offense was automatic. It's too good.
It's really good. It was really sucked that our defense hadn't been that bad since World War One.
No, we don't have to talk about that. Yikes. Maybe that was just the motivating factor for the offense.
I mean, I'm sure that's part of it. Like, they had to score touchdowns every single time, so maybe they took more chances, and they were talented enough to get away with taking those chances.
Yeah.
Maybe they would have been more conservative. The opponent won't almost certainly definitely get a touchdown, so, we can maybe lean on the run game a little bit more or whatever. We don't have to score like every time in under 2 minutes. I think we would have lost a lot more games / won more games by the coin flip, because we would pull ahead like in at the end of the first half / being in the second half by just always being able to score at the very end of the first half. And if we won the coin toss, we always received, so we would get the ball back, so we would just score 14 points back to back every single time we got the coin flip.
Yeah, and having that energy and you keep it going.
That too,
it just keeps feeding into itself.
Pretty demoralizing for the other team. Just like, oh wow, they just scored 14 points.
Absolutely, they start hanging their heads. You pile it on, man. You don't let off the gas pedal. Otherwise, you're just gonna let them back in. You got to do it sibling style. That's how you learn. It's like, oh, you gonna let me win this time? Yeah, sure. Come here a little bit. No.
Slap.
Yep. Slap, stomp.
Yeah. Well, pretty excited about the new season. A month and a half away.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait.
2.5 months, sorry.
Yeah, you got me way too, it's June. It's Juneteenth.
Yeah.
We are literally in the middle of the year.
Yes. Happy Freedom Day, everybody.
Happy Freedom Day. I love how Juneteenth came about. It's a real fun. Can we just end on this last little tidbit? This little historical tidbit. The only reason that it's June 19th, do you know?
Yes, because that's when Texas finally got around to freeing their slaves.
Well, it wasn't like the Texas legislature or anything like that. It was just literally, that's how fast, or how slow news traveled. It just happened to be June 19th when Major General Gordon Granger just said, oh yeah, by the way, all the slaves are free. This was 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. And then it led to joyous celebration.
Probably not for the slaveholders.
Nah, fuck them.
I'm just saying, they probably weren't jazzed about it. Like, shouldn't have bought those slaves. Didn't work out. Who would have thought owning people would have, have negative consequences?
Yeah, if you gotta own people, there's probably some other problems in your life.
Yep.
Happy Juneteenth, everybody. Get out there.
Don't like that name. but I guess that's just what they called it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
It works. Kind of works a little bit.
I mean, it flows off the tongue nice and everything, but it's like, I don't know. I guess it won't matter once, a few years in, everyone knows what the hell it's about. And
I mean, I want to call it Freedom Day, too.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. This ain't Futurama. It doesn't mean exactly the same thing.
It's pretty similar. I could see it, transform into Freedom Day, I love Futurama.
That'd be great. Can't wait. Freedom,
boy! It's a fabulous, cribulous day.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that, happy Juneteenth / Freedom Day, everybody. And we'll talk to you next week.
Oi.